Ladies and gentlemen, the New York Knicks, they are on a 6-game win streak, ladies and gentlemen, over a 109-94 defeat over the Boston Celtics. The New York Knicks are truly doing their thing. You know, we have to pay the utmost homage to the New York Knicks. This team has found themselves in a tremendous situation, standing number 5 in the Eastern Conference, ladies and gentlemen. This winning streak, it's something serious. It started off taking an L from the Philadelphia 76ers, and they have been on a tear ever since. You know, they defeated the Utah Jazz, they defeated the Brooklyn Nets, they defeated the Atlanta Hawks, they defeated the Washington Wizards, they defeated the New Orleans Pelicans, and tonight, in a narrow win, they truly was manhandling the Celtics. It was a push, but listen, New York, man, they did their thing. The New York Knicks defeated the Celtics 109-94. You know, and this is the Boston Celtics, man. I'm telling you, this was nothing to play around with. The New York Knicks, the way they're presently constructed under Tom Thibodeau, Leon Rose, and crew, you know, they're built to play in any game. They're gonna be a tough matchup for anybody, and that goes for the Milwaukee Bucks, whoever. Yeah, Milwaukee might beat the New York Knicks, but the New York Knicks is gonna hurt them a little bit, you know. And you see right now with Boston, you know, I think they feeling nice against Boston. You know, they're gonna be a problem for whoever they face. You know, but I want to say Josh Hart, man. This dude has become a New York Knicks fan favorite, ladies and gentlemen, and is definitely warranted. This dude, Josh Hart, is playing spectacular, you know, ever since joining the New York Knicks. We got to pay the utmost homage to this guy, Josh Hart. You know, Hart has had himself, you know, some tremendous performances since he stepped foot in New York. He's had a 27-point night, you know, against the Brooklyn Nets just today. He had a hell of a night, you know, against the Boston Celtics, you know, with 12 points, 27 minutes, you know, 5 of 8 from the field. You know, he shot 2 for 3 from 3, you know, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, two steals. This dude, Josh Hart, is everything that the New York Knicks, you know, could have asked for. He is an embodiment of a New York Knick, Josh Hart. So when they landed him, I was ecstatic. Tonight, his performance wasn't so much just offensively, but defensively as well. As you can see, he is one of the premier two-way players in this game. Don't make no mistake about the situation. Josh Hart wants to defend, he wants to guard, and he's got the New York Knicks, you know, in a tremendous situation. You know, of course, we'd be remiss not to get into the chef, Julius Randle. You know, Julius Randle has been balling tonight. He had 23 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. You know, also you had Jalen Brunson tonight coupled in with 17 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. Jalen Brunson has been a godsend ever since he landed with the New York Knicks. He's everything that they could have ever asked for, you know, because he is the reason why the Knicks are going to be a serious team to knock somebody off, because they got true point guard pedigree now with Jalen Brunson, something the New York Knicks haven't had in so much time. You know, when Brunson was initially signed on to the New York Knicks, everybody thought it was a big-time joke. But as you can see, it's no jokes happening right now. The New York Knicks will be a force in the Eastern Conference. Hell, they are. You know, so we got to give credit to everything that the New York Knicks have done, you know, in the Eastern Conference this season. They're going to be a force. You know, that 4 or 5, if it was to start today, they'd be the New York Knicks versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And, you know, they had, you know, gave up pretty much a boatload for Donovan Mitchell. As you can see, the New York Knicks made the right decision not giving up everything for Donovan Mitchell, because, look, they're pretty much right behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the New York Knicks, under Leon Rose, made the right decision by not pulling the trigger on all of the assets for one major domino. You know, so let's see what happens. And like I said, there's so much more time left to go. The Knicks could easily squeak their way up, you know, to the 4th seed. I mean, who knows if they might could catch up to the 3rd. I don't know. That top 3 is going to be tough. You know, it seems like Philly is trying to create some separation against, you know, the other teams in the loss column. So that should be an intriguing matchup. You know, the Knicks, how would they face against, you know, a Cavalier team? How would they face against the Celtics, the Sixers? I like their chances against some of these teams. Clearly these teams have stars, but the Knicks, they defend, they're well coached, and they're a young, hungry team with sprinkled with a bunch of veterans. They got veterans out there, so this is the perfect bunch, and coach under Tom Thibodeau, he's gonna get the most out of this basketball team. This dude, Josh Hart, ladies and gentlemen, is shooting 61% from the field and 63% from three. Did you just hear what I just said? This dude, Josh Hart, is shooting 61% from the field and 63% from three. The things Josh Hart does on the basketball floor doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, even though as of recent lately in his career, his presence is showing up everywhere. The stat sheet, off the stat sheet, everywhere. I mean, his presence, everything is being felt. So we might got to give major credit to my man Josh Hart, and what he has done since the New York Knicks acquired him in that trade. You got to give him credit, man. He's not just coming here to kumbaya with Jalen Brunson, but he's truly coming here to resurrect what it means to be a New York Knick. And the Knicks are going to be a force, like I continue to say. They are a serious threat to all of those teams up top, including the Celtics tonight, that you don't want to face the Knicks in the postseason because it's not going to be a tough outing. I mean, it's not going to be an easy outing. It's going to be extremely tough, and you might lose. And all of these teams know it, and I think Milwaukee can beat the New York Knicks. I think Boston could beat the Knicks in the playoff series, but it's not going to be easy. The Knicks, if Boston is not on their A game, if they sleeping just a little bit, if they acting like the Knicks is some joke, they could lose the series, and that wouldn't be a joke at all. The Knicks, they had one down year a season ago. We got to remember this team was fourth in the Eastern Conference, not too long ago, and they lost to the Atlanta Hawks. It was a team that just got into the postseason. All of these guys were young, including Randall. That was his first playoff berth. So I mean, it was trials and tribulations. So last year it was a off year. Now it's a comeback year, and the Knicks are clearly trying to get back to their firm spot in the Eastern Conference, which is a top 5 seed in the East. And I think the Knicks are proving that they are that. And they're gonna be a tough outing, man. I'm telling you, them teams down bottom. I'm telling you, don't let them swoop up and get up in the standings and get it to that second or that third seed or something like that. If they give Philly, take Philly and reposition Philly, they can knock somebody off down there. So it's going to be interesting to see, man. The New York Knicks are clearly major players this year in the Eastern Conference. They are a force to be reckoned with, and it has a large part to do with the ability of Josh Hart and everything that he has done. Give credit to the Knicks, man. They're streaking. It's unbelievable. It's Flight Sports TV. Peace and love.